In about 2005 or 2006, the Edmond Police Department noticed that there was an increase in motorcycle collisions that, after investigating, were caused or could have been prevented by motorcycle riders' skills. A lot of the collisions were on skill deficiencies from the riders, and in an effort to make the riders of the Edmond and Central Oklahoma area better and safer and much more proficient, the motor unit at the time constructed a curriculum to teach the riders some of the skills that we as police officers use on a daily basis in order to make them much better, safer, and more proficient riders. In 2009 or 2010, after watching the course, the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office wanted to provide grant funding in order for us to take this course and conduct it several times all over the state. The grant funding provided us with a truck, trailer, chairs, tables, cones, motorcycles, everything that we would need to have a mobile classroom to take this to all corners of the state and to reach as many riders as we could.
So I want to enhance my skills, and especially with the high-speed riding here, I want to make myself updated on the skills and basically get a third eye view of how I'm riding, because while you ride, you don't know how you ride. So to enhance the skills and learn from the best pretty much, and I consider the police officers the best, looking at them ride all day long and the skills they use.
I recently bought a new Harley and I wanted to get used to it and learn how to maneuver on it. So Officer Tim Ratcliffe, who does a lot of community relations and works in our neighborhood a lot, invited me out to the course.
The instructors are very, very good. They're some of the best instructors I've ever had for anything. They take a personal interest in each student, and they work with each student individually on what that student seems to need. Now, I've been to these classes 20, 30 or more times, and at least one of those guys will always give me a personal tip in a class that's pertinent to my level of skill, which at this point is fairly high.
The course has actually grown over the years. It has gone from what we call our level 1 course. It has grown actually into a second, more challenging course of level 2. Level 1, we go over the basics that the first 3 days of police motorcycle school cover, and we try and condense them into a Saturday afternoon. We cover basics such as clutch and throttle control, emergency braking, and slow speed handling. We will do cone courses that reinforce all of those different skills. We also do a slow race in which the goal is to use your clutch and throttle and go as slow as you possibly can, controlling your motorcycle. They race each other, and whoever comes in last wins. It's the slowest possible race that you can do. And we will then come back the next day or possibly the next weekend and do level 2. Level 2 builds upon level 1. We continue to reinforce the clutch and throttle control. We take the emergency braking application and provide a cone course that is much more realistic as far as a situation that can happen out on the road and having to brake quickly in an emergency and then also maneuver out of trouble once you do come to a stop. We do figure 8s that help the students understand their skill limits and the limits of their own motorcycle. In level 2, we do a little bit more high-speed dynamic courses. We discuss counter steering, because in counter steering is the most common type of steering they will encounter if they're on a 4-lane highway or they're out on a ride somewhere. If a road hazard presents itself, it's counter steering that's going to get them out of trouble to avoid that hazard. These are all things that we cover during the course of the level 1 and level 2 course.
They taught me how to find the balance points of my bike, and I can do stuff on it that I definitely couldn't have done before. Everything was great. I mean, they put us through the ringer on some of those cone exercises, but every last one of them served their purpose. I think everybody on 2 wheels should come to this course, without doubt.
The figure 8 with the cone is probably the most challenging out there, and something I obviously need more practice with. So it's good to know that, and I'll do that on my own.
Come to these classes, and as often as you can. Riding is a perishable skill, and it perishes a little bit overnight. And so doing a little bit of practice each time you get on a bike is a really good idea to keep your skills sharp.
If you're interested in enhancing your skill set, becoming a better, more proficient rider, please look us up, edmondpd.com. Look for the tab that says our programs and look for the motorcycle school. We are always, we're always looking for students. We will never turn any rider away. Please come on out and let's ride motorcycles.